Here's your solution for day 36, which is basically a Rolodex. Now, if you're old enough to remember what a Rolodex is, hi, me too. Let's get started. So, first thing we need to do is create our list. So I'm going to call my list Rolodex because I'm an old person. But I'm going to call it that. And that's going to store my list of names. I'm then going to write my subroutine for printing up the list, because that has to happen all the time. So let's do def print list. And I'm going to, just as before, print out a blank line at the start, because it's important to separate the list from the other parts. For name in Rolodex, print out the name, and then print the blank list at the end. That gets me started. Let's put in our infinite loop, our while true loop, so that we can have as many opportunities for this as possible. And let's ask for first name. Input. So we're going to go first name. Now, I need to strip that, which removes all spaces from the left and the right. And that's really important because you will be surprised how many people, when prompted, will put a space in. It's especially bad if you forget to put a space here in the input, because people like things that look nice. They'll put a space in first just so it looks pretty before they type it in. So that strip's important. And then I'm going to put in capitalize. Now you might be looking at it and going, hold on, why is he stripped then capitalize? Why couldn't I capitalize and then strip? What capitalize does is it takes the first letter of the entire string, well, the first location, the first index in the string, and turns that capital. If we have spaces in the first index, it'll turn the space to a capital. Now, shockingly, a capital space looks the same as a lowercase space. So, that's why we do it this way around. We get rid of the spaces first, so the first thing in there is a letter. I'm also going to ask for the last name. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to strip it. Ooh. And we're going to capitalize. Now, some people might be wondering why I'm not using title case. Well, title case makes the first letter of every word capital. And in a name, that's not necessarily what you want. If you've got a hyphenated surname, or you've got something like O'Neill, title case will mess up with that. Capitalize, at least all that does is make the first letter capital. So it'll be consistently wrong, even if it's not always right. Okay, I'm going to make a full name. I'm going to call it name in this case, with an F string. So for that, I need the first name, I need a space, and I need the last name. Pretty straightforward there. Then I'm going to add it to the list. So Rolodex. Oh, hold on. No. I'm not going to add to the list because I need to make sure that there are no duplicates. If the name is not in Rolodex, so if it's not there already, I'm going to do Rolodex.append, which is just add the name. I am going to put an else in here. I'm just going to print out error duplicate name, so the user knows. And then I'm going to call my print list function. I think that should be it. Let's give it a go. So I'm going to type it all in lowercase to see if it sorts it out. And a few extra spaces in just for fun. Okay, that's crashing there, and that's because I've capitalized the N on the first name. Always a good idea to test it and debug. David Morgan. Boom. Works all right. Let's have a look. Katie William. Oh, no, so first name only. Katie. Let's go for O'Brien and see if what it does to this, because that's important. Can you see that it's only capitalized the first letter? So this capitalize function isn't really ideal for names, but it does at least put a standard form in it. Let's see if I can put a duplicate in. David Morgan. It's picked it up as a duplicate and hasn't put it in. Well, I'm reasonably pleased with that. I think that covers all the bases. That is a reasonable implementation of that problem.